Attribute number 8, generosity. Meditation number 31, the God who gives to the point of satisfaction. 2 Samuel 12:8. I gave your master's house to you, and your master's wives into your arms. I gave you the house of Israel and Judah, and if all this had been too little, I would have given you even more. God told David that if all his gifts were not enough to satisfy David's soul, God would have given more. God is so generous, so limitless in his supply of grace, and so able to satisfy the human soul that he can actually promise that he will keep giving to us until we are satisfied. What is wonderful about this attribute? When my kids are not satisfied with what I give them, I'm inclined to take it away from them for being ungrateful. But there is no limit to God's generosity. He gives unfathomable gifts and then offers more, as much more as it takes to satisfy us. The only catch is that he only offers more of himself. He does not offer more of rival pleasures, which would be to assist us in our unfaithfulness to him, James 4:3. He does not offer more of some cherished idol in our hearts. He offers only his presence. Giving to the point of satisfaction is something we are utterly incapable of doing. If we want to give lavishly to our kids, we can give them all we have, borrow money, and give them still more, but we can never guarantee that they will be satisfied. If we gave all we had and they still were not satisfied, we would not be able to do anything about it. Only God can promise to give to the point of full satisfaction. Only he can say, if you wait for me, you will be happy, guaranteed. What effect would it have on your heart if you were to consciously experience God's satisfying generosity today? Experiencing this attribute. The sad part of this passage is the phrase would have. God would have given David enough to satisfy his soul had David not tried to satisfy his own soul through sin. The implication is that by seeking satisfaction through sin, David forfeited the guaranteed satisfaction he could have otherwise had from God. Jonah 2:8. Those who cling to worthless idols forfeit the grace that could be theirs. To experience God's satisfying generosity, we must wait for him to provide it. Failing to wait on him and taking a shortcut to satisfaction results in forfeiting the grace that could have been ours. In the next verse, God asked David, "Why did you despise the word of the Lord by doing what is evil in his eyes?" The word despise means to think little of. To receive this more from God, we must not think little of his word. If God's word and the will expressed in that word is our highest treasure, he will keep giving until we are satisfied. Father, you are enough for me. Your grace is sufficient. Your nearness supplies me with more of every good thing than I could possibly enjoy throughout eternity. This world has nothing to offer me. Sin also promises to satisfy me, but it leaves me miserable. Whenever I'm tempted, teach me to wait for you. Remind me that if I only wait and refuse any substitute for your grace, you will give until I'm satisfied. Keep your servant from the insanity of forfeiting that grace. Think of a recent example of grace that you forfeited. Imagine the greater level of satisfaction of soul you could have right now had you not forfeited that grace. Promise to trust today. Psalm 81:10. Open wide your mouth, and I will fill it. Verse 13. If my people would but listen to me, if Israel would follow my ways, you would be fed with the finest of wheat. With honey from the rock I would satisfy you.